everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for March 8th, 2020, Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern. I think a lot of us, excuse me, I think a lot of us misunderstand what peace is. And it's not like you go into some kind of cocoon and don't do anything. Peace is a fluid frequency energy. You can have peaceful ideas, and you can be literally absorbed into. It's basically a huge ocean of bliss, and it's always available to us. So, being in peace means that you're not disrupted at the edges emotionally. Most of civilization has a tendency to become flustered quickly. It's because they are not in peace. And it's fluid. And it isn't, like I said, it's not disruptive. And you just kind of, you're in a conscious, euphoric energy of flowing. So things don't affect you, outside, external situations that a lot of people become flustered about, irritated about. And as we're shifting, as we're shifting the frequency of the planet and the civilization, which is definitely in full swing, we are aligning ourselves to a whole different way of being. This is not like anything has been before. This is something that has been in the works for many millennia. Each of us, in our own way and in our own direction, embrace certain things in this what appears to be a physical life. And we react very quickly to things. Some of it's a little delayed. We carry it, and then later it kind of surfaces or bubbles to the top, boils to the top. And once we start to really understand that all of it has no meaning, it really doesn't have any meaning. It's what we choose to embrace, period. It's what each and every one of us make a choice or choose to embrace. And then we nurture it into an experience that we desire. And when we get to a point, and it is very simple, when you begin to understand how it's actually put together. We've been on this, I guess you could call it a ride, for thousands and thousands of years as a civilization. We've made very little progress when we look at the external landscape. We are not, because of the fact, and it really does boil down to the root reason of it, and the root reality of it, is that many are still in the residual effects of bicameral. And I bring that up a lot because it is astronomically important as we continue with this shift those that hang on to the bicameral understand what's going to take place. There's not going to be a bicameral infrastructure any longer where the civilization relies on guidance, leadership, governance, basically being told what to do, how to do it, what to learn, what to think. And the civilization for thousands and thousands of years was good with that because they were truly bicameral. And they were led very easily into wars, into many different types of conflicts. They were literally led into doing many things. Now, as the shifting continues to accelerate change rapidly on this planet, what do you think is going to take place? Those of us who are somewhat clear or conscious, and we've decided to take the journey within to commune with the God within, then and work with the heart-mind, then we will become much more clear on this transition. And the transition, it is for the first time with this particular civilization. It has never occurred before. When people say, what about the deluge of 10, 12,000 years ago? All of those people were bicameral. Say, how do you think an off-world civilization can come to another planet and guide the civilization into believing that those off-worlders are some kind of special gods over us, over this civilization? It's silly, absolutely silly. Ego at work. And in a bicameral civilization, you can literally, as long as that civilization believes that you're all powerful, all seeing through technology, they'll follow. They'll follow. And because of this transition that's taking place, unprecedented, the bicameral ones will be disrupted because they will no longer have these external authorities. They'll be gone. Those of us who are conscious will embrace the understanding and the reality that we will create into reality, that we will govern ourselves, and we will think for ourselves, and we will lead ourselves, and we will create value, build wealth for ourselves, and rest civilization. The technology on this planet is a joke. It is an absolute joke, and has been forever. Okay? When you have a slave civilization in bicameral mode, you don't give them anything that can, and I guess, that can free them physically. I'll say that. God-wise, we're always free. But in a physical form, to free them physically because of knowledge of greater and greater technologies, whoa, that can't be. So you suppress it forever. And you just kind of feed it a little bit at a time. Just a little bit. Not much, just a little bit. That's going to completely change. And it already has. Introduction of celestial chambers to the civilization. Replicators to the civilization. Some of the other technologies that I've shared. It's just the tip of the iceberg. And once the civilization begins to understand it, we don't have to rely on external authority. We rely on ourselves. And you work in groups, and the ego is history. There isn't any. It's really, it isn't front and center anymore. And you work in harmony. And you work in peace. Peaceful ideas. Peaceful actions. a all-encompassing, peaceful feeling that washes over all of us. Can you picture that? Feel that vibrational frequency? Peace means non-conflict with oneself and others. It is at ease frequency. You're not disrupted, you're not flustered, you're more in a flow. And you embrace the flow. And the more you're in the flow, the more you stay in the flow. There isn't this incessant, when you're out of peace, you're in worry. You're in fear. You're in stress. You're in anxiety. See? Now imagine a civilization that has been tricked for 2,400 years, believing that it's bicameral when it is fully conscious. Isn't that a trick? Isn't that a trick? Quite an interesting one, isn't it? So that you can continue to rule over them, to frighten them, to cause fear, stress, lack of, all of those things. Do you really believe that once this civilization is fully conscious and aware of it, that anybody is going to be able to trick them again? I think not. When they're fully conscious and aware of it. Each and every one of us, does not matter what you have done, does not matter what you look like, does not matter what you have in materialism. It means to embrace the God within you. The kingdom of God is in each and every single one of us. And unbeknownst to many of us, where do all the demons come from? Where does all this come from? Where is it coming from? Is there some kind of a gateway that's pulling in all these creatures? No, there isn't. It's called pure consciousness. It's called the civil collective consciousness. So it's our consciousness that creates these things that plague us. Isn't that amazing? Now, when you're bicameral, you don't know this. You're not aware of it. So, of course, it is externalized. So what do most think? These are from a different source. They came from afar. They're here to raise havoc with us. Who do you think created the frequency of hell? Pure consciousness. Okay? That's who. When you interject different ideas into a civilization that's bicameral, they're not going to be conscious of what they're going to create, but you can inject it, see? You can start creating it thousands of years ago. The devil, it is a collective consciousness creation. You see how powerful we are? I think you're just beginning to grasp the understanding is that we're omnipotently powerful. There's no ceiling on us. The only ceiling is that which external authorities impress upon us, because they've been able to trick this civilization into still thinking it's bicameral. We need external authority. We need governments. We need to be directed. We need to be given financial assistance. We need all of these things. What would we do without them? That's bicameral, see? And bicameral also is responsible for war, conflict, because the few of low matter frequencies lead the many into destruction. It's always been the way in a bicameral structure. Do you think we're the only planet that's bicameral? No. There's others. And the deviant ones are able to surmise this and use it in their favor. Okay? It's like the statements that we make to ourselves that we turn into reality. We create them into reality. We're supreme reality, all of us. And like I say, eventually we will get to the awareness and consciousness state where we will realize that we are beyond consciousness. So it is to know. It's to know. It is the knowledge and the wisdom we gain that is so precious, because it is the experience. Now you can sit and experience, if you're bicameral, you can experience thousands and thousands of times over, but you're not going to gain the knowledge because it isn't there. You are looking outside yourself for it to come to you, to tell you what to do. What should I do? What am I going to do? And we all were taught through this bicameral mentality. Of course, again, I remind us we are not bicameral. We haven't been for over 2,400 years. But the fact of the matter is that we're coming out of it. We're starting to realize that, wait a minute here. I don't need to be governed. You know, I don't need to be told what to wear, how to dress, what to eat. You know, I don't need to be told these things. I don't need to be told that, oh, there's not enough of this, and not, oh, you're going to run out of this. And to be, I don't need to be frightened and fearful of my existence. I'm moving into a vast ocean of bliss, and the choice is mine. It's always there for me. I'm not interested any longer in being led as a slave in a bicameral frequency. It's not my interest anymore. You don't express there's no anger, okay? Why? Okay? But the celebration is that you come out of it and you understand it. And we will see this more and more with the rest of the civilization. It is an inevitability. It is already in full swing. They can't stop the civilization from becoming fully conscious, which it is already. But to discover that it is absolutely mind-bending for these so-called controllers. They never thought that could ever happen. This is why these technologies are going to flood in. This is why we will move more and more into peace. And an unlimited wave of peace, peaceful thoughts, blissful existence, happiness, all within us. See, it's like you walk into a room. Anyway, you walk into a room in your heart mind. You open it up, you have all these shelves, and you have all access to peace, joy, bliss, happiness, wealth, prosperity, abundance, and it's all there. It's always been there. Some of it's gathered dust because we never knew we had it within us. We always thought it was outside of us. You imagine that? The conscious awareness that each and every one of us have had this knowledge, and everything that we have sought outside of ourselves has always been inside of us, and we start seeing it all in front of us. I'll take this volume. I'll take that volume. Wow. Here is unending abundance. Here is bliss, happiness, joy, wealth. Wow, this has all been inside of me, and I have spent most of my existence trying to find it outside of me, listening to guidance from external authority, keeping me away from what I truly am. It's amazing. And every day, a little bit at a time, as we become more aware that we are conscious, and we have been for a very long time, it begins to spring forth and flow forth. And all of these things that we have had attached to us just melt away. You imagine being in this golden ocean, a vast, unending ocean of total bliss, and discovering that it always has been there. It didn't just appear. It's always been there within us. Now, if you choose today to be at peace with your life exactly as it is right now, and no ifs, ands, and buts, no unsureness, that you literally choose to be at peace with your life exactly as it is. And you literally dive into the ocean, into peaceful ideas, and you're consumed by its vastness of bliss, and remembering and understanding that the choice is available to each and every one of us in each and every single moment. Each and every single moment. We don't have to run down to the shop and grab something. It's with us, each and every one of us. Not intermittent, not once in a while. We can choose to be in peace and bliss forever. It's our choice, always has been. It's no one else's. It's your choice. So you imagine you're talking with one of your friends, acquaintances, or relatives, and they go, "Where are you going? Why do you have to go?" And you're saying, "I'm going to go catch the wave of peace." What? What are you talking about? I'm going to go catch the wave of peace. What is that? It's within me. I just discovered it not too long ago. I stay in an ocean of bliss by my own choosing. Now, some people look at you, roll their eyes. Yeah, okay, another Fruit Loop. Doesn't make any difference. It's the discovery that each and every one of us will eventually make in our own way, in our own direction, through our own choice and our own decision. It isn't evaded. It's always been there. And it's going to blossom in advance, and it's going to expand, and then eventually we will all be in it by our own choosing. So, I think everybody understands that peace is a lot different than how it's been portrayed. This peaceful feeling, and I think we have kind of an inclination of what it is. All you got to do is say to yourself, I choose to be at peace with my life exactly as it is. And so this meditation is appropriately named A Peaceful Life. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we want to do is relax our bodies. There are a lot of people on this planet who are very, very stressed and tense. And they really don't know it because they carry it so often, so long. Even when they lay to bed, they're tense and stressed. So, relaxing the body is the first step. Letting go, surrendering. Surrendering to attachment. Surrendering to everything. Surrendering to the God that is within you. Surrendering to the heart mind of that which you choose to reside with. Surrender to anger. Surrender to fear. Surrender to stress. You know how you surrender? You just let go. And you literally walk right up to it, give it a full body hug, and it will evaporate. So you relax your body, and the body talks to you. It has its own operation. It has its own density and frequency. So it communicates with you. And once you become in tune with it and you understand it, then you'll know, okay, so, all right, we're going to do this. And you're always talking with your body. Always. So body, it's time for us to relax. You know, I choose through the heart mind to surrender all of these little irritants that hang with me that I create into reality. All my fears and stresses and worries, projections into the future, and you know, grabbing the past like a security blanket. It is a total release, a total surrender. And an all-knowing, all-encompassing, peaceful feeling and existence awaits each and every one of us right now. It's just a matter of choosing through the heart mind. So the body relaxes, lets go. Wherever you hold your stress, your tension, your anxiety, wherever you hold it, and believe me, I discovered through the years that the humanoid body holds stress in some really strange areas, and we do. All of us we're not exempt from it. We all do it. And when we become intimately aware of our body and what it's about, and we become intimately aware of who and what we are, we won't have the stress. It is a low frequency of our own creation. So that which we do, we undo. So then we want to move into the now. And the now is really all we have. We don't have the past. The past is dead. It's inert. We've already done all of it, experienced it. There's no mistakes. There's just experience. So then you just move, and the past is done. The future hasn't been created. So you wander off into the future. You're constantly saying to yourself, what if? What if? Instead of being in the now saying, I'm going to create this future I desire. And the only way I'll be able to do that is to understand who and what I am. Now, if I don't understand who and what I am, and I continually follow bicameral direction, how in the heck am I ever going to be in peace? So, being in the now also stills the mind. The noise that we all have, the chatter, it's incessant at times. It's like a buzz. There's so many thoughts constantly. Most of them aren't even ours. And they're just booming and booming and booming. Weird, some of them just crazy far out there thoughts. Then we go, wait a minute, this is mine. Where's this one coming from? Well, guys, we're all connected. So it's not unusual that other thoughts are coming in from other directions, not from other sources other than us. Okay? So, what do? You say, they're just thoughts? They're just thoughts. And that dismisses them. Now, if some of them are really incessant, you just say, then you go, ego mind. I love you, but I'm in charge here, so take a seat. You'd be surprised at what happens when you address these issues with yourself. As you address them with love and peace and joy, you just address them. They fade away. They're not there. But the more we concentrate on them, the more we're going to create them into reality, because we're all supreme reality. So, and now, relaxing the body and breathing. We want to breathe. Breathing is so important for us And most of us take it for granted and we shallow breathe. What does that mean? It means that we don't know that we're barely breathing. Seriously. We don't know it. Because we take it for so long, for so much for granted that we're like, well, you walk up to somebody and say, are you aware that you're breathing? Oh, well, they laugh and say, well, sure, I'm aware of my breathing. I'd be suffocated. Yes, I'm aware of my breathing. You are aware that you barely breathe. What do you mean? That you barely breathe. You're just barely taking in air and exhaling air. So I don't mean you're supposed to go around taking huge deep breaths and exhales 24/7. I mean that you focus on your breathing. You breath in through the nose, you hold it 3 seconds. This focuses you. The hold focuses you. So you breathe it, you sustain it. And in the 3 seconds you can say, I am love, I am light, I am. I am power, I am peace, I am joy, I am bliss, I am tranquility, I am benevolence, I am kindness, I am gentleness. You can use all of those frequencies to focus yourself, on the now. And then we exhale, breath out through the mouth. And while I'm talking in this meditation, 6 or more times is good. And when we focus on the now, we are not wandering into the future or the past. We're only on the now. Little things that we just don't pay attention to. Whatever you're doing in the now, focus on that. Expand upon it. I know it sounds to some a little trivial, but it is absolutely the only way to bring yourself to focus in and on the now. The chatter, all of this stuff that floods in will disappear. And then you start to realize, wait a minute, I am in command here. How else would I be able to do this? For myself. Because you're the most important thing ever. Each and every one of us are. Seriously. And if you don't tend yourself, how in the heck will you ever tend others in pure joy, peace? How? How can you? You can't. It's disjointed. It's speckled. It is distressed. You cannot. Well, many try, and it is a very huge challenge. So when we breath in, we're breathing in divine positive energy. We're always breathing in divine positive energy. It isn't cyclical, it is constant. So consciously, we understand that when we breath in, we're breathing in divine positive energy. Divine positive energy comes from pure consciousness, source creation, that which created us. All things. So it comes in through the gods within us and through the heart mind. It doesn't come in through the ego mind. It's a vibration. It's a feeling. And we sense it and we pick it up, and it communicates to us all the time. And in this meditation, is communicating to be in peace. To be in peace is to be in bliss. To literally to be at peace with your life exactly as it is in this very now. And I mean deeply embrace it through the heart mind, not the ego mind. Ego mind is shallow, it's superficial, but the heart mind is deep. It connects to all that there is, ever will be, ever has been, ever beyond, and forever. Now, as we breath out, we obviously understand which is a wonderful thing, that we will have challenge by the ego mind. It's always there. Don't expect it to just disappear at a blink of the eye, because it will not. And it will continue to fight tooth and nail to keep focused on the center of control of you. And that's what that's what comes in, the ego mind. You don't need to, that's just a bunch of crap. It's just who he is. It's, it doesn't work. Don't pay attention to it. And we all get that. Okay? And it works on us throughout the day. And it works on us constantly. Morning, noon, and night. As you're focusing on yourself consciously and the God that you are and your heart mind, and you literally are at peace with your life exactly as it is. And of course the ego, basically influencing the mind, is never satisfied. So remember that. It is always, it never quenches its thirst. It never is satisfied. It is never full. And so you honestly think that it's going to want to allow you to be at peace with your life exactly as it is? You know what that means? It means that it doesn't get any more. It means it's not going to be given more and more and more from you creating into reality through it sending these thoughts at you and you embracing those thoughts and creating them into reality. You think it's going to like that? No, it won't like that. But eventually, you know what'll happen? It'll figure out that it's not needed anymore. And it's lost its grip. So we're with the heart, mind, and the God within us. The mind of God, the heart of God, the eyes of God within us. And we have many others with us. We have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. All of the angels. Trillions of them. Been with us since the beginning. The only difference between us is that they vibrate at a different frequency than we do. That's why we don't see them like we see each other. They do appear in humanoid form at times when you least expect it, and you're really not on that thought, and they just appear. And some of them are just, I say to people, well, that was an angel. And they go, what? What? By telling me something like, that tire on your car is a little low. Then you look around, they're gone. And there was a communication. So it's just crazy things sometimes. Isn't it a wonderful day? It is so enjoyable to be in this body. Okay? See? And it's not unusual to have 10, 20, 30,000 surrounding one of us. And yet we think we're alone. So they all are at the highest, deepest of eternal love, from the highest, deepest of eternal love, and the highest of deepest gratitude. This is a high frequency to be in this meditation. And we have the Ascended Masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Saint Germain, Sananda, Jesus, El Moria, Abundantia, Gaia, Hell, Thoth, many, many, many more. What makes them so special, as people say? The only difference is that they've ascended out of body and hold God form, source creation form of that which we're all made. We ascend into body to experience the physicality of the body and the existence that we create for ourselves in the body. This isn't handed to us. We create it. Everything. All of it. It's not something you go into to experience. You are the experience. You create the experience for yourself in these bodies. Always has been that way. It will never change. It's the only way it can be. But isn't it a twist that we're about it or understanding it. So, I said the masters are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest of deepest gratitude. So we all come together, and figuratively speaking, arm in arm, hand in hand, we form at the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, a halo, a circle of light. Now, you don't see a bunch of forms, you just see light. And it is so brilliant that it grays out the darkness of space. Well, how can that be? It is because we are source creation. The highest vibrational frequency creates this brilliant light from within, and it expands out. So as we do this, we immediately set in motion a gossamer field which encases the planet Earth, Gaia, all on it, in it, above it, below it, all of us, and it waves throughout the solar system and beyond. And this is a reminder. This is all high frequency that we're immersed in. And you'll see this gossamer reflecting brilliant colors. On Earth, you couldn't compare, the colors on Earth are pale compared to these colors. And so you have the emerald green flaming healing light that Archangel Raphael carries to remind us of our power of healing. And we have a tremendous power of healing. Most of us just don't know it. And we have the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. It reminds us of our strength, resolve. And then we have the white fire. This is the highest of high frequencies. We're adorned with it. You could call it armor. It is a perfect, divine frequency of the deepest eternal love and gratitude. There isn't one dark matter low frequency or dark matter low survival frequency that can attach itself or be in our vicinity. They'll vaporize. We're always protected. And we always make a choice, unfortunately, maybe sometimes unconsciously, to lower our frequencies low enough to open up our door and invite them all in. I choose to keep my frequency as high as I can. We have the purple transmuting flame. Okay? And the purple transmuting flame is a reminder that if we have attachments or we have low dark matter frequencies, we can literally transmute them in neutralized substance. And then we send them back to source creation. And then we bring in the violet ray. It cleans and cleanses and purifies the area which we just transmuted into neutralized substance, and in the left to make sure it is all gone and cleaned. And we have the golden white pink light of source creation, of that which created prime source creator God, of that which created mother, father God, the masculine and feminine, of that which created all, us, everything, the angels, the ascended masters, everything. This is what makes up the pure consciousness, collective consciousness. This is what makes up source. So, as we begin to continue to ascend, we step outside, some of us step outside our physical forms, and we float there. And as we do, we immediately call out to all of the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. And only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest gratitude can join us in this now, this circle of light, this meditation. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the googolplexes. One googolplex will fill this universe. They come in the trillions of googolplexes. Every direction. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes and the highest and deepest eternal love. We are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes and the highest, of deepest eternal love. And we're all one. And we're all love. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere and continues to expand. We call upon Agartha, hollow earth, inner earth, beneath earth. All of these civilizations, there's many of them. And only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest of deepest gratitudes can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. They come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. They're gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are all one. We are all love. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere and continues to expand. We call upon the off-worlders, the galactics. And there are many, 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 many civilizations. Just to name a fraction, familiar with is the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Syrians, and the Pleiadians. And only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love can join us in this meditation, in this circle of light, in this now. In the highest, of deepest gratitudes. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the billions. They have been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, and freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and slavery. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are all one. We're all love. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere and continues to expand. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime, in all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, can join us in this now, this meditation, in this circle of light, in the highest of deepest gratitude. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They're gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we're all one. We are all love. Our God light energy is absolutely everywhere and continues to expand. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on, in, above, and below this planet Earth Gaia in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. Just to name a few of them: the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, and the minotaur, many, many, many more. And only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest, deepest gratitude, can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the trillions, shapes, sizes, forms, configurations of which we've never seen before. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are all one, and we are all love. And our God light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever, and continues to expand. We look up and we see our meditative sphere. It's at center circle. We created this sphere over 2 years ago. It holds all of our meditations in perpetual motion. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. All in active motion of the highest frequency, of the highest, deepest, eternal love and gratitude. Literally can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. It floods all of us eternally. It floods our physical vessel, inside and out, head to toe. It floods our etherical form, our God. It flows in us, around us, above us, and below us. You feel the peace that you are. You are at peace with your life exactly as it is. You are in complete bliss. You're in a vast golden ocean of bliss. And you can choose this anytime you care to, or you can choose it in permanency. And you feel it, it flows with all of us. It is within us. It is contained within the kingdom of God and the gods that each and every one of us are. We look down upon this planet Earth Gaia, we see all of our brothers and sisters. We feel them. We feel the entire civilization, all life, on and above and below this planet Earth Gaia. And they too are being saturated with the knowing, the conscious knowing, that they can choose at will peace with their lives exactly as the life with them is. It is a choosing. It is operating through the heart-mind. It is a knowledge. It is a knowing. It is a pure consciousness that each and every one of us are, and that each and every one of us are beginning to recognize and embrace. So, do you choose to be at peace with your life exactly as it is now? I'll join you in a meditation. I'll return to close us out. a choice with each of us. And it isn't really a difficult one, I wouldn't think. But we choose to be in peace with the life that we have right now, in this now moment. Take it with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night and the following morning. And we will be back here March 9th, Monday, 2020, at 3 p.m. Eastern to continue our global guided meditation call.